You're up.
You guys done?
Well, you're on the air. When I point to you, that means you're on the air.
No kidding.
Oh,
Big Tracy.
Thanks. You're on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kent County Sports Talk, otherwise known as Pick on Johnny Boots Day. He is behind the cameras and doing all the technical work as usual and doing it expertisely, which I think is an adverb.
Hi.
Yeah, he's terrific at it, isn't he?
That's Mike Green. I'm John Parenti. We welcome you into an action-packed edition of Kent County Sports Talk here
Second
on 321. Yeah, this is
Right.
the sophomore edition.
Right. Backed by popular demand or demand? Just demand?
So do we begin? Just a minute.
All right.
Do we begin with the big news out of Foxborough? I mean, there is no other. There is no other news. Brazil and France in the World Cup.
Very excited about this. This really has shocked New England because everyone in New England can't wait to hear about Brazil versus who?
France.
Yeah, we're all excited about that. Not. It's soccer. I can't less. Sorry, it is
Coming
sport,
up,
though.
March 26th. I guess the tickets go on sale for the International Friendly.
I think they're giving them away, right? They might be giving. If you go to Cumberland Farms and get a 99-cent cup of coffee, you might get some tickets.
Modami wants to give away free tickets in New York, even though the World Cup's not being played in New York.
He wants to. Well, there's a whole bunch of certain people who only get those free tickets.
Exactly. So give them to them down there, and they can come up to Foxborough.
Sure, and then we can drive a big truck up there and
why not
take them all.
All right. Now that we've wasted our first minute on our second show, got to talk NFL playoffs. Got to talk the Patriots, Chargers.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be great. There's everyone up here is they're Patriot fans as well. They should be. However, the real elephant in the room is they haven't really played anyone but the Bills. So I'm kind of that feeling that this is not a cakewalk.
See, I disagree with that.
I want to see them win. I want to see them play a good team and beat a good team in the playoffs.
Had Tyler Loop not missed that field goal, had not shanked it right, there would have been a second playoff team that the Patriots would have faced and beaten.
Yeah, I just think, I need to see it. I'm still not convinced. I'm really not convinced.
San Diego played the Raiders twice, played the Chiefs twice. That's 4 of their wins, just stacking wins. Dallas, not a playoff team to beat Dallas.
No, I'm
not convinced on San Diego either. San Diego, listen to me.
No, I agree with that. And so that's why I'm not saying it's a blowout. Just think.
No, it'll be a competitive game.
It should be a competitive game. And any time in the NFL, any given Sunday, right? Or Sunday night.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, San Diego's banged up too.
Yeah, their offensive line is horrible. When they're all healthy, their offensive line is better than most. I love Hebert. I just always have. I think he's a really good quarterback on a crappy teams. He's never really had a chance to really unleash his talent. He's always kind of controlled by the talent around him. So I think he's a better quarterback than Drake May.
And they still have Khalil Mack defensively.
Yeah.
And he can rush the passer.
And he's going to line up against Will Campbell. He's going to bounce back and forth. And Will Campbell did a great job his rookie year, but has had some difficulty with those high-level pass rushers, like Myles Garrett, like Khalil Mack, maybe. So it's going to be a test for him. We'll see if Josh McDaniels slides the protection to his side or he has a chip or a tight end there. There's a ways to control him. But and Josh McDaniels certainly has been a very experienced OC to developing protection schemes. So I think they'll handle him. I think they'll try to see what he can do on his own.
There'll be a lot of dinking and dunking. I think May's going to throw 8-yard passes, 10-yard passes, 12-yard passes, quick slants, things that'll get them the yards they need for first downs.
I hope so.
Continue drives.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, you're really good.
Johnny Boots on dressing bike lane for the moment.
All right. Is that better?
Boots, feel free to chime in whenever you want.
I will.
Yeah, you can talk.
I'm doing the technical stuff right now.
Boy, can he talk.
So I think there's going to be a challenge for the Patriots offensive line and defense. I think the Chargers defensive the back end does a really good job of stopping the run. They're really physical group of guys. Maybe they might take their shots downfield. I think you got to stay away from Derwin James because he's a perennial All-Pro.
The same way the Chargers have to stay away from Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, no, he's another overrated guy. He's got 0 picks this year. You can't tell me this because they don't throw to him. He's totally overrated.
So a lot of
I would run at him. I would run at him. He is fragile. He will break. He's not a durable guy. I would challenge him physically all game.
Want to let everybody know that we're here at Mr. J. Savannah Cigar Lounge at 2080 Newsnack Hill Road in Coventry. The fireplace is here. The chairs are comfortable. Paul Duquette is here. Member of the class of 73. So the class of 73 well represented. As soon as Paul Joyle gets here, there'll be 3 members of the class of 73. One
That's
of
pretty
Westmore's
good. Yeah.
best classes ever.
You know, this is my 10th year in West Warwick now. So
That's amazing.
That's wild. I
You
didn't
were
get
18
anything
when
for
you
it, though.
started.
Huh? I didn't get
You were
anything.
18 years old when you
Yes.
started.
I didn't get a watch, a pin, and anything. I should probably get. I survived 10 years.
You want a decaf cappuccino?
No, but there you go. Here's the 10 years. As an administrator.
Unbelievable. That's all
Thank
I'm
you
going
very
to
much.
say.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I'm back off camera.
All right. So, all that being said, what are we looking at? Make your prediction.
Oh, ew. Just being at home, I think Patriots by 3. It's going to come down to a field goal. Yeah.
31-23.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Yeah. That's it. I think they're going to win. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as everyone thinks, and they're going to be challenged, and they're going to have
It's playoff time. How can you not be challenged?
It's a whole different. And can he make that? Can he make that step? Can Drake May make that step? I think I'm still a Tom Brady person, so it really is tough for me to even compare those two yet, because year 1 or year 2, and they have him being the next thing. Put a statue up next to Brady.
But
The
Tom
kid's got a
Brady's not
long way to
walking
go.
through that door. Bill Belichick is not walking
He's
through
not,
that door.
but let's not anoint these people yet. They haven't won anything. Win more than one.
I'll take the 14 games.
Listen, I don't think they're anointing him. I just think they're
You
giving
gotta
it.
listen
You
to
think?
everyone else. They're
See,
anointing him. They're anointing everyone.
that's just Boston.
They're so.
I think
they're
the reality.
So desperate to have
Brady
that back.
have that.
Have that back. To have that feeling back.
That's true.
It's horrible.
Not going to deny you that one, Michael.
So let me see. They got to win more than one too, because
More than
Aaron
one
Rodgers
Super
won
Bowl?
one. Brett Favre's won. These bums are winning one. Brad Johnson won one. You don't even know who Brad Johnson is.
Oh, yeah, I
half
know.
The people out there, right? Brad Johnson.
Oh, I know who he
Tampa
is. Yeah.
Won one. So he got to win more than 1 or 2 to be even considered the next Patriot dynasty. And they already have this young man.
How many
great
did Steve
man.
Young win?
He's won 1, Potter 2.
He was part of
always
2.
Back up to Joe Montana.
So, but he's put in that realm of great quarterbacks, good quarterbacks.
His issue was he went to the USFL right out of college, so he had. So
did Warren Moon.
He was one of the highest. Warren Moon went to Canada. He played in Canada.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
So
USFL, Canada, I'll take either one.
When the USFL came in, they grabbed the Herschel Walkers. They grabbed all those probably top.
Did they
picks
grab
that time.
Elway in the beginning?
I don't think so.
No, I just
No.
watched a great.
Yeah, I did. Watch,
documentary
I
on
did. I
it.
watched
No,
that
didn't
documentary.
mention that.
What
He came out
quarterback
of
went?
Stanford and went right to the Broncos.
Who did go to the?
No, he didn't actually.
No, he didn't.
No, because he got drafted by the Colts and said, "I'm
Colts.
going back to school." So
Exactly.
he played baseball for the Yankees, entered
Right.
the draft the next year.
I did watch that documentary.
Yeah,
on
great
Netflix. You should try watching it instead of watching the Hallmark Channel, John. Try the documentary.
Wasn't he watching the Taylor Swift
I think he was.
Arrows
Yeah.
documentary?
Did you get your
whatever?
invitation yet?
I
Did you get
did
to
not.
save the date?
Did not.
You did not get to save the date.
Very angry about that.
I'm sure
I
you
just
are.
crash it.
I think
There'll be no security
They have a
there.
restraining order on
You
him
think that
already.
people there?
It's in Rhode Island.
Pictures in the
I'm ready
command
to climb that fence.
in the
Don't-
command post. They're gonna have pictures of people to look out for.
Don't let this guy
Exactly.
even drive into Westerly.
Exactly. Exactly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Mike Green and Johnny Boots, this is for you
Yep.
too. On a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised are you that this team is 14-3?
10, because I didn't have him at that.
I don't think there's anybody on the planet that can't say 10.
Right. Yeah.
I would have said 8, 9 wins.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought with Stephon Diggs, even after the Ramondre Stevenson debacle in the beginning of the season where he was dropping, he was
Everything.
Yeah, he was dropping everything and fumbling. Once I started seeing him come around and he started to value the ball, my favorite line that I learned from Vin Cullen. I just saw something, and then I just saw that not the swagger. I just saw the humbleness of the team. I think Vrabel kept them grounded, as opposed to some of these other whack jobs and other teams like the Baltimore Ravens and chirping out there and putting what do they call billboard material up, bulletin board material up.
Yeah.
I think Vrabel kept them grounded, and I think that's what's kind of turned me around, saying this guy kept them grounded. He kept them humble, gave them kudos, but didn't really put them on a pedestal. That's why I thought an 8-win season,
Well, I
9-win
wanted to
season,
say,
maybe.
you know, I must have been from Missouri because you have to prove it to me to like be a believer. Honestly, you know, what Vrabel did was he changed the culture.
Mm-hmm.
He got rid of a lot of bad blood. Guys in the locker room probably not good for the locker room. They're elsewhere, a lot of them. So I think really it's Vrabel did more for the improvement of the Patriots in any player, and Josh McDaniel is terrific. He's done a great job.
Yeah. Again,
And if he's smart, he doesn't ever go back to be a head coach. Just stay at OC, be a great OC, make a ton of money,
make a couple of million
and just keep your kids because
ride off into the sunset
yeah,
a hero.
exactly, because you're not a good head coach.
Like it or
And
not.
it's okay. You're not a good head coach. There's some that are. Some just don't do a good job. You know, they're pulled in too many directions, and they get what makes him great as a coordinator gets kind of watered down.
I know you've been dying to answer this question. Is Drake made the National Football League's MVP?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if it's either Stafford either. I think it's someone more like Christian McCaffrey, what he was able to do.
Well, you're on
this year.
You're like way out in left field according to the experts.
1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards passing. He's really he stayed healthy all year. He's like a big reason why the 49ers are in the playoffs.
Do you think he's going to be a wild card? Do you think he's going to come out of nowhere and they're going to give him the MVP? Because the talk is between Stafford and
it's usually a quarterback anyways, but I think that he's someone that people kind of forgetting about, you know, because quarterbacks get all the press and recognition. Stafford's, if you compared those two, Stafford and Drake, yeah, I think Drake should. He's doing more, or it's the same with less talented kids. He's got Puka Nacua. He's got, you know, who's the other guy there for them? The wideout. So he goes everywhere. Be that as it may, they're loaded. They got enough offensive weapons. Mm-hmm. They play inside in a dome. They've got McVee, who's a great offensive coach. The fact statistically he might be a little better is deservingly so. But Drake's done more with less.
I'm going to ask the coach.
Okay, you go ahead.
A coaching question. Practice squads. The Patriots signed Tommy DeVito for a reason. It wasn't to be an emergency quarterback. It was to run the practice squad. How valuable is it to have a practice squad? How does that all develop?
Those guys at some point they get paid good money, because we had a young man from West Warwick who was made the practice squad, and then he bumped up. So we did a lot of research. They get paid very well for their talents. So it's crucial. It's a big part of football to have that scout team be prepared and actually compete at a high level.
Who prepares them?
So
they have like a practice team coordinator or.
So usually a defensive coordinator, like if it's a defensive or offensive, the coordinator will set the template for those assistant coaches to run the scout team. So it's very coordinated. Nothing in football is like jazz. Everything's scripted, everything's very timed out, and they follow it. There's a real routine in sports, in football particularly. It's exactly jazz. Every day you're going to get to the minute what you're doing, to the minute, and then you need to be on pace. You need to be, it needs to be timed up. When the whistle blows or the horn blows, you're done at that period, and you move on to the next. So,
lots of good games. You said the Patriots game coming out on Sunday night starts later today.
Yeah, with
Packers.
Yeah, that's the late game. I think Chicago wins. Packers, I think, favored by 1, but Chicago is kind of, like similar, hit or miss. Both teams lost their last 2 games, by the way, but they sat. The Green Bay sat their guys, and then Chicago came down to earth with some losses there, but we'll see, to San Francisco, and then they lost to Detroit at home. So both teams are going into the playoffs, on a losing skid. So that's going to be interesting. But I think Chicago playing at home should make a difference. I think Chicago actually is going to win that game.
You better go find that game on Prime Video, by the way, too. It's not anything normal.
Are both on Prime? Both of them on Prime?
No, the 4:30 game, the Rams-Panthers game's on Fox. Rams.
Is anyone in Rhode Island going to watch that game?
What, the Rams-Panthers?
I think I'd rather go shopping than watch the Panthers get
Yeah.
slaughtered by the
Might have a
Rams.
cigar.
Barbara, you heard it.
Might sit and
He
have a
wants to,
cigar.
he wants,
How
wants
about
to go
that?
shopping.
It's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Does
the right
Carolina
place
have
for it.
even a whisper of a shot?
Again, it's just like the
Sub 500,
Chicago.
Yeah.
subpar 500 team. They're 8-9.
You know, it's you just don't know. Yeah, it's the NFL, and stranger things have happened.
No shot, Mike.
Oh,
No
we'll
shot.
see.
Does that formula have to be reconsidered? We've got a divisional champion in the 4-hole, and they're 8-9. And now it's happened twice. The Rams were actually the first ones.
Well, that
ahead
would
of-
bring in, yeah, but that speaks to the college game. You know, JMU wins their national, they win their conference, and then do they really belong in the college playoffs? Tulane, do they really belong there? So yeah, you're gonna have. There's not going to be total parity just based on some of the strengths of the teams, but you know, I think the NFL is looking for parity, and I think when you get to the higher rounds, you're going to see games being closer. So yeah, this round you might see some lopsided scores, you know, but as you go through the playoff rounds, it'll get closer.
Sunday, Niners, Eagles
That's going to be a great game. That's the game to watch. That'd be a fun game to
in
watch.
Philadelphia.
Terrible place. Terrible place. Awful.
Why is Philadelphia so bad? It's
They
Saquon
just-
Barkley and Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts.
Because there's only one ball. You just mentioned three guys, so I mean one ball. Then you got to sprinkle in Brown in there, right? Yeah, it's tough, and I think that's what it is. I think it was a team, and I've watched Hard Knocks. I follow Hard Knocks a lot, and I watch it.
Of course you do.
The coach is, I think, winning took a little bit of the edge off once they won. And you can actually see a difference, you know, and you can the way they handle it, the way they talk. They're more loose. It's not now. Maybe in the playoff time they get more focused again. You know, they're the best team. They're still the champs. So until you knock them off, they're still going to be number one, I would think. We'll see. I think it's winning with a young team. I think they all kind of enjoyed it, and they couldn't reset to the intensity.
Big Rhode Island football guy there. Big Rhode Island football guy over there. Big Rhode Island football guy over here. Liam Cohen, Josh Lima, Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo. That, I think, could be a monster of a game.
That should be. I'm really happy. I think Liam Cohen has been just he's a journeyman in football. Like he's paid his dues. It's funny because
It's kind of like a Bob Wiley.
he is but he's paid. This is a little different because he's kind of he's not an offensive line coach that you don't really hear about. His face is in the
So
front.
Bob never wanted to be a head coach.
And Liam's put himself out there. He's doing a great job. He really is. I think he's very smart. He was under the tutelage of Mark Whipple at one point, and Whipple was the OC over at the Steelers. So, he has good pedigree. Liam's got really good. He's worked. He's earned it. He's paid his dues for a lot of. He's not one of those guys who was the flavor of the month and then shot through the ranks. He's done a really good job. So, and Josh Lima went to school with him. That's his buddy. I actually texted Josh after they, clinched the playoff spot, congratulated him. He said it's been a great experience. It's fun for him. I think he got out of Dodge at the right time.
That's an unbelievable jump to make. Cumberland High School to the Jacksonville
Well,
Jaguars.
I think I don't think he's doing. I don't know how much football he's doing. I don't think he's doing any. I think he might be the guy that fills the Gatorade cups, but he's football operations, and that can take on anything, because to your point, Liam has, built his resume through a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of not making a lot of money, sleeping in the office, I'm sure, so Josh hasn't paid his dues. So there's definitely a hierarchy in where you fall on the coaching ladder. So I'm sure he's down here somewhere, even though his buddy gave him a big bump. And then Ari Confessor, I believe, is on that staff as well. Ari was a student, Mount Pleasant kid, played football at Mount Pleasant. And, and Ari's a great kid. I got to know him when I was a teacher at Classical and coached track. We practiced in the same facilities. Ari's a real football guy. He's done it. He's put his time in too. There's a name that gets forgotten when we talk about coaches in Rhode Island. Ari's one of those guys who's paid his dues, and I believe he's over with Liam.
Jags Bills, who wins? Buffalo's experience, Jags talent, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, who wins?
If Trevor Lawrence finally plays like everyone expected him to play coming out of Clemson, he hasn't had that breakout season yet. And I think they can win. Josh Allen, the running game is crucial for them right now, right? So if they can establish James Cook and take a lot off of Josh Allen's plate, I think the Bills should win. They should win, but I think the Jags give him a run.
Last one we've got to cover: Steelers, Texans. I am scared to death of Houston.
Yeah, Houston's defense is terrific. That's the only reason why they're in this is their defense, because their offense is terrible. Stroud is just like any other Ohio State quarterback. Really isn't great. He's
How many
okay.
times have we heard that in just 2 weeks of this program?
So yeah, I'm not a believer though. Their defense is terrific. Defense wins. Yeah, so I think but the Steelers aren't really offensively strong. So you could see the Texans. I mean, actually, Aaron Rodgers could get hurt tonight. Get hurt tomorrow. He's an old man. He gets hit by those guys, Will Anderson. It could be. They might take him out. He might break, especially if it's cold out.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all.
It wouldn't hurt I don't think anyone's feeling. Maybe not even his family's feelings,
that?
right? You see that documentary on
Aaron
him.
Rodgers.
Even
don't
his
talk about
family
Aaron
wouldn't
Rodgers. My
probably be
daughter's a
too
Steelers
upset.
fan and is not very high on Aaron Rodgers.
What's Savannah think about this whole thing? Your daughter is
she's a
a football fan. She's a football
guru.
Should have had her on today.
You should have.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Oh, she would have came in a hobby. She's had cigars here too, so it's not.
She would have been on time.
Yeah, unlike Jim Nance, who walks in 5 minutes before. Hi, I'm here. Saunters in. Excuse me, can I get a cappuccino and decaf, please? Very demanding.
Once the coffee order went in, the demeanor of everyone here got really mad.
Yeah, it was. It was weird.
I came in, I brought my stuff. I didn't
sat
want
there,
to.
we
I didn't want to
chatted.
impose.
He was here 20 minutes earlier, just to get the feel for the lay of the land.
I was rolling.
Said
I was
the
helping
man who
roll
said
some
we'd
cigars.
Start at 10.
Starts at
I
10.
prepped this morning.
Yeah, no, he definitely came in with notes.
Yeah, he said
I
he's
like
very,
that.
very
I like
demanding, though.
Yeah.
We're talking about this, Mike.
Very professional.
No, that
Thank
starts.
you very much.
Oh yeah.
We're going to break it all.
You get 8 more minutes
8 more minutes
Oh,
before you
break.
break. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Easiest route, toughest route for the Patriots. My take is very simple. Pats win, Bills win. Buffalo goes to Denver. Pats play Pittsburgh.
That's a pretty
That's
good
an easy
track.
route to the AFC
That's
Championship.
a really easy route.
Will it
easy
happen?
route.
Probably not.
I'd
Because
like
the
to see it.
Texans stand
I'd like
in the
to
way.
see it.
I would love
yeah.
to see that, though.
Yeah, that would be great because I think the Bills
had-
can knock off Denver.
I'd like to see a Patriots-Bills AFC Championship game.
So would I think a lot of people up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
I
would.
think just to finally put it to rest, does Josh Allen have it?
Yeah,
to get over the top.
Winners, some guys, great player, great regular season guy.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Can you win?
Can he win?
Can
The
he?
And if-
window is closing.
And then
in
if Drake
Buffalo.
May goes over the top and beats him, that solidifies him as a premier quarterback. I'm not saying the greatest. We're not putting statues up. You got to start somewhere.
It's a team game.
I agree. I have a Drake May jersey, only because the first jersey I've ever bought since, what was the running back from New York Giants that came to New England? Meggett. That was the only jersey I ever owned before. It was
Wow.
a Dave Meggett jersey, Patriots jersey.
Amazing.
Now I own a Drake
Dave
May jersey.
Meggett.
Dave Meggett.
So I saw a student once. Saw a guy. He was wearing a Stephon Diggs,
Patriots jersey.
and I had to say something. I go, why would you wear that? Like you're advertising a guy that's in trouble for abusing a female. Like you really want? Why don't you just go walk around with another jersey that's worse? You know,
Christian Barmore? What?
yeah.
I leer
How about
a
him?
very skeptical eye on the Stephon Diggs deal.
You know what?
I mean, the truth is somewhere between his point, her point.
And he pushed off his arraignment.
Yeah, to get through the game.
Till after the Super
till
Bowl.
after the Super
game.
Bowl.
Exactly. So everyone, there's a presumption of innocence. I get that, but there's smoke, there's fire. He's been how many teams, and he's left. He's left unceremoniously. All the teams he's been on, there's always been something that he's as good as he is, but yet people are willing to say goodbye to him. Right?
Because he brings bad venom.
Yeah, it's something. And in Baltimore, I remember seeing that on TV. Like I grew up in Providence for a little bit, and you're not on Broad Street at 1:30.
Nothing good happens on Broad
Nothing.
Street at 1:30 in the morning.
He's up to shenanigans. So something's not cool. Then he calls his mom. That's the worst.
Wouldn't you call your mom?
Huh?
Wouldn't you call your mom?
I call my agent. Say, hey, get me out of here. That's what I
Then
would
call
do.
your mother.
Then call my mother, unless his mother's his agent, maybe.
True or false? If Tyler Loop doesn't shank that field goal attempt at the winning stages of the Baltimore game, there's no talk at all about Jim Harbaugh being fired this season. True or false?
False. I think even if they had won, I think Lamar. The issue is something's going on. Something smells in the.
I think it's
in the
more
land of
Lamar
Denmark.
than anything else.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
Which
they're
is
not-
dangerous.
Right. So now it's the NFL being like LeBron, right? Saying, all
And
right,
that's
these
the only-
athletes are starting
That's
to
the only
dictate.
comparison.
Yeah, that's it. And so Jim Harbaugh, I mean, both of those coaches are stale. And I think at some point you need a boost of youth, and so I think both of those guys, I don't even know what Mike Tomlinson ever does as a coach. He just has the same expression. But I do think both those guys, great coaches, historic Hall of Fame careers, but I think it's time. There's a lot of youth out there. There's a lot of guys who have a lot of energy, still have a lot to give to a program like a Liam Cohen.
Mike
Matt
McCarthy's
LaFleur.
available.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think you go back to these old school guys. I think right now you got to start moving.
Mike
moving
McDaniel.
forward. Creative genius.
He's going to go be an OC somewhere
And that's fine.
before he comes back as a
Yeah.
head coach. I think
Yeah.
he's going to go be an OC somewhere. Yeah,
I'm up in the air. Like I just think at some point, even if they had won, I mean, they were going to kick that firing down the road as soon as it was either going to win the Super Bowl or you're out. Right? There was no really.
How fair is that?
It's business. It's business. Thank you. You're only as good as what you can do. If at some point the bloom is off the rose, it's time to go.
But is it Harbaugh or is it Lamar Jackson?
It's everybody. I think it's the culture. It's the complacency. It's the. I think every now and then, like a Mike Vrabel, you need someone in there to wake everyone up, to realize, it's time to kind of wake up. And if you want to be a pro, we have to prepare like a pro, execute like a pro, and I don't think those things are happening. His message is falling on deaf ears.
Easier to get rid of Harbaugh
Oh, wait.
than it is to get rid of Lamar.
But you can get a lot more in draft picks in capital getting rid of Lamar. They get rid of Lamar, someone's going to have to eat that contract, but you're going to get a lot in return for Lamar.
Well, who's going to be the face of the franchise? Right now, it's Lamar. He hasn't proven himself yet, though. You can win all your MVPs you want. He hasn't won the big one.
He's not going to.
Like a Dan Marino. You can get to that championship game. You can even get to the Super Bowl and lose, but you haven't won the big one. And that's Lamar. And that was Dan Marino.
But Lamar had, like, Marino didn't have everything around him,
No.
right?
I'm not comparing the two. I'm
No,
just
but
saying
you
the same.
can.
They went down the same path.
You can, though, to a point. Like, great quarterbacks that never got there. Marino went in his rookie year and then never went back. Yes, he did.
I know.
And so, but Lamar had all the things around him. He had DeAndre Hopkins. He's got the kid from Boston College.
He's got Mark
Right.
Andrews.
He's got everything. He's got Derrick Henry. He's got everything he needs, and he still couldn't get over the hump. Now he's been hurt, but sometimes you start questioning, are you hurt or are you angry? Like, are you Rafael Devers? You're hurt because you want out, and I'm not playing because I want out, or were you legitimately hurt? And then why did they not play Henry against the Patriots in the fourth quarter? They win that game. They run that kid. They win that game. Now that could have been a fireable offense. That alone, that game right there, regardless of the kick wide right, because that's on the kicker, and mistakes happen. But the decision not to run Henry the whole game versus the Patriots, that's a coaching decision, unless he was hurt and said, "I don't want to play."
But is that Jim Harbaugh's eventual? I would probably say yes. That the eventual decision to play or not to play belongs to the head coach.
Head coach, OC. Hey, why isn't he in there? He's hurt. All right, and then I'm screwed, right? But you're not going to say that. You're not going to throw your player under the bus. But that very well could have been the issue that no one knows about.
How quickly should the New York Giants have picked up the phone and say, Jim Harbaugh, we want you?
Maybe it's already
Just to
happened.
have some credibility, because that That is a totally insignificant operation in New York.
Right, with a ton of talent.
That's horrible.
Ton of talent, ton of youth. And, and that would be a good fit because, like, Tom Coughlin came in there, the older veteran, some pushback with the young guys, with Strahan, a lot of pushback back and forth. But eventually they respected one another and they played for him. And so that could happen. You could get that from Jim Harbaugh over there at the Giants. That would be pretty good. I think maybe you can go down to, and Lamar go down to the Miami. Like, the Ravens could get rid of him. This is not just a Harbaugh thing.
Time to break. You are watching Kent County Sports Talk here on 321. Boots and Mike and I will be back with more in a moment from Mr. J's.
Welcome to Dan's Place, Rhode Island's #1 stop for amazing food, drinks, and live entertainment. Dan's Place offers a fantastic selection of unique menu items, including pizzas, pasta, steaks, and seafood. Here's what our customers have to say: a masterpiece on a crust. Watch your favorite New England teams on one of Dan's 4 big screen TVs. Looking for a great place to meet? Try Dan's Place.
I'm Dan from Dan's Place, where your only regret is not coming in sooner.
Get Patrick up here to do.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hi, I'm Greg Dantis, the broker owner at Rhode Island Real Estate Services. And since we opened our doors in 2012, supporting youth and community programs has been at the core of our mission. Selling Rhode Island means more than selling houses. It means supporting communities, putting people over profit. We service all of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and also parts of Connecticut. We're proud to support the communities that support us. You can contact us anytime at 401-885-5400 or visit us on the web, 401sold.com.
At Bank RI, we're committed to a strong Rhode Island. And we're proud of the financial strength and trust we bring to our customers, to the communities of Rhode Island, and to companies and businesses all across the Ocean State. Bank Rhode Island. Banking. Strong and trusted.
Boomerang's Roadhouse is celebrating 5 years at 293 Providence Street in West Warwick. Boomerang's features award-winning burgers, wings, fresh smoked barbecue, pasta, and seafood too. Bring the gang to Boomerang's. Their family-friendly dining room and outdoor patio are perfect for groups of all sizes. And don't forget, Boomerang's has a huge 40-seat bar and lounge, great for watching sports. Boomerang's Roadhouse, 293 Providence Street in West Warwick. As we always say, like a boomerang, you'll be back.
Experience matters, and at Williamson Law, that experience comes with a well-deserved reputation of excellence. For legal solutions, whether it's divorce, personal injury, criminal law, or estate protection, Williamson Law provides knowledgeable and effective representation. A history of successful litigation that speaks volumes. Get the representation you need. Williamson Law, 247 Quaker Lane, West Warwick. Call 615-9321.
Visit the West Warwick Civic Center for great family entertainment and special events, from public skating to sporting events and trade shows, and there's much, much more all year round. Visit us frequently on Facebook or on the town's website at westwarwickri.org. And for more information about facility rentals, call 822-9200. See you soon at the West Warwick Civic Center. We've told you for years that AJ's Restaurant is Kent County's go-to spot for great breakfast, lunch, and takeout too, at 828-4160. And now you'll find more parking, mere steps from the back of the building to AJ's front doors. AJ's, plenty of those world-famous home fries, plenty of parking, and as always, popular for breakfast, popular for lunch. 1365 Main Street, West Warwick.
We welcome you back to Mr. J's Savannah Cigar Lounge on Newstead Hill Road in Coventry for edition number 2 of Kent County Sports Talk with Mike Green, Johnny Boots, and Mike's best friend.
I like, why not? I finally realized, hey, we're at a cigar place. We're at Mr. J's. I might as well grab a cigar. Great humidor. I think really one of the best humidors a place I've been in. Yeah, great. Found a nice
That?
blend. I'm a wimp. If I smoke
I am
something,
too.
it's got to be mild.
Mild or flavored?
No flavored. I'm not a chick. I'm not. Right. Yeah. So I like
the opinions
mild.
expressed of those of the participants. Not necessarily
Anyways,
the view.
Nice smoke. I'll go home. My wife's gonna be like, "Did you smoke a cigar?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm at a cigar bar.
Cheryl, lighten up. We're broadcasting at a cigar lounge.
No, this is great. This is awesome.
Well, you need to be.
Yes, absolutely.
And we thank Paul Joyle and Tom and
Very
Charlie, who celebrated his birthday, the four-legged Joyle, for allowing us into the building.
Yeah,
today.
because we kind of John does a great job, trying to have a small footprint with all the technology back there, but really he takes over the whole place.
I do.
So yeah.
Sits there like he's on the throne of the
What
kingdom.
throne? Porcelain or sea? No, we couldn't do this without him.
I got to make you
He's
guys
just-
look good. I got to
Yeah,
make you
he's the
guys
straw
look
that
good.
stirs the drink here. So
Got to
That's
make
right.
you guys look good. It takes a lot of work.
The little brother I never had.
yes, yeah,
Never
you know.
wanted either. What?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You've got your Bird McHale shirt on.
My Bird McHale 86, baby. Let me see.
There you go.
Can I transition
How
myself?
surprised are you that the Celtics are doing what they're doing without Jason Tatum? I'm shocked.
I'm shocked at where they are. I thought they could keep pace in the Eastern Conference, 3-4 seed. I didn't expect them to be in the top two without Tatum
And chasing the Knicks.
and chasing the Knicks. So I really expect them to be in the mix, but not as high as they are, and not as how can I say defiant they are on the court. I mean, Pritchard. I love Pritchard. I'm sorry. He's
27 last night.
He's just my man. I just like
Yeah.
a guy like him. Reminds
Scrappy
me
guy.
of a Danny Ainge
Yeah,
without the temper.
yeah, right. Yeah, he would fight. Yeah, he would
Without
fight.
the temper,
Right.
maybe a John
Sure.
Havlicek type of player.
But you're
know.
forgetting a key piece is Jaylen Brown.
No, I agree.
Of course.
Like he is the reason why.
And he's proving himself. Without
Right.
Tatum, he can carry
And
a
I'm
team.
so tired. Like I don't know why we anointed Jason Tatum the next best basketball player in the NBA. He hasn't done anything. He plays. He's almost to me. There's zero passion in his game. There's no competitive drive. He plays basketball. That's it. And when you play, there are those who have that. Like Michael Jordan had a competitive nature to his game. Barkley competitive. This guy's just playing. So he's, so maybe he's as good as he is on his natural talent.
I think there's a difference between respect and fear. I think the NBA in general, respects Jason Tatum and his ability. They fear Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a fearsome ball player on the court.
Yeah. Physical ball player. He
Yep.
can't dribble still. Arguably, he's not a good dribbler. But but he actually take the ball to the rim. He's a tough competitor.
You don't get in his way.
Yeah, and he's a great defender. He's not throwing up threes and then shaking his head that he got fouled and then don't play defense.
As much as you hate to talk about that, I despise the talk on Boston Talk Radio about, and this is their quote, not mine by any means, what a moron Joe Mazzulla is.
It bothers me when I hear them talk about Joe. But it's, again, you got to separate yourself from being a Rhode Island guy, being a Hendricken kid, knowing his dad, as well as we knew his dad.
Or his granddad in my situation.
He was awesome human being. And so you have to separate that and look at it. If you didn't know Joe and you had to critique him as a coach, I guess he gets some shot. He takes some unnecessary shots. Some of it is his relationship with the media. So they enjoy, like, he's not a media favorite.
No.
So then they're going to take shots when they can take shots. It bothers me when I hear it, but you have to understand that.
Bothers me a lot because the proof is in the pudding.
He won, but
He's got a
anyone can win
ring,
with that team.
and he's got this team, which includes Garza, Simons, and others, and he's got them right in the two-hole right behind the New York Knicks.
Sure. So at some point, he might be if they do well, they may get far into the NBA playoffs. He could be a conversation for Coach of the Year for what he's done with the talent he has.
Who makes the call on Jason Tatum coming back? Jason Tatum or the staff?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
The players run this ship. The players run the NBA. This is a player organization.
I want to bring Boots into the mix here
What's
because we had a little, I don't want to say a little altercation, but we had a little dust up following the end of the West Warwick game the other night. When Matt Grenier walked out of the building, the assistant coach of the West Warwick High School boys basketball team, and laid Kim English out for the way Providence College performed down the stretch against UConn. It was funny to hear sarcastic Matt Grenier talk about the need for Kim English to handle things differently in the last minute and a half than he did.
No, absolutely.
Or the last 3 minutes or so, I guess, when UConn was down 11 and suddenly they're back in the ball game. But it was true. PC had that game won. The crowd was electric. The mood was electric. And all of a sudden, it happened. The air was out of the balloon. Tough game, tough loss.
Well, I think, there's some coaches that might need to go. I think both basketball coaches for our state institutions here, PC and NH, at URI, I just think they need to move on. We need to move on from these guys. We're tired of the same press conference, the same excuse over and over. We have to play better.
I don't blame the
No, you have
coaches.
to coach
I'm not
better.
100% blame on these coaches. I blame the portal. We've talked about this, the NIL, and I blame the portal that these kids, are going where the money is, and you're getting second.
PC has money.
They didn't have enough for Bryce Hopkins, and they let him go. They let him go to St. John's, and he really hasn't done much in St. John's, but he went for the money.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. He went for the money, and the NIL and the portal have hurt. So what are you getting? Are you getting these top tier teams like the Dukes and the Kentuckys and I don't know, you even want to go with the St. John's and the Georgetowns who have the money that lure the kids. So you're left with, I don't want to say bottom of the barrel, but you're left with, I don't know, you want to consider minor leaguers, ones that are not good enough to go to the Dukes and the Kentuckys and, those top echelon teams that we see every year, the Indianas. And then we're going to get stuck with tier 2 of the players who will take the less money but aren't as good. And then when they become good, they get lured away. You know what I'm trying to say? They get they get the Rick Pitino say, "Oh, this kid, we're like the G League of the NBA."
Sometimes.
That's what I feel like. We're like the G
they're
League.
trying to say that now. They're saying that now. Mm-hmm. But how is that any different than years ago? John Calipari, one and done. That one and done philosophy. They grab you, come in as your freshman year.
Listen,
they go to the NBA and buy.
Did you watch?
He did that a long time ago.
Did you watch that documentary, the 30 for 30 on Calipari?
Yeah.
What a great documentary, and I have a newfound respect for him because you know what? In the long run, it is about the money. It's about these players taking care of their parents and their families. So you know what? If they can do one and done and go grab a $60 million contract or a $50 million contract and get drafted in the top 3, top 5 of the NBA, let them go. And these
they're staying in playing in college and getting that money.
Exactly. So now the colleges had to compete with the NBA.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
And I had somebody said to me the other day, when did grad students be able to play basketball? They're like 6 years, 7 years into their college.
Oh, Indiana. You look at, I'm sure we're going to get to the Indiana college football at some point. A lot of those guys are 6-year players.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Who just got denied another year? Somebody just got denied another year.
The quarterback for Ole Miss.
Yes, he just got denied another year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because he'll probably make more money at Ole Miss than he would
Carson
in the
Beck
NFL.
is making more money at Miami than he would if he had entered the draft. Like Carson Beck, the quarterback, he was a quarterback at Georgia, and then he got hurt. Carson Beck, I might be wrong, is making somewhere about $3 million, between $3 and $6 million, depending on how you look it up.
Yep.
When you Google it. So he would make more money. He's making more money now than he would. Only first-round draft choices make big money coming in their rookie year. He wasn't a first-round draft choice. Probably would have been maybe a third, fourth, somewhere around there. He's making more money in college than he would have if he entered the draft last year.
But to go back to John's original point, Kim English, I like him. I really do. I like him as a coach. He's just not getting the players to play like they should. Archie, bye. Goodbye. Didn't like him here the first year. I was there with him the first year when Macy was a senior. Didn't like his attitude on the court. Didn't like his approach. Didn't like his. I know he has a tough time with the boosters as well, and that's where you're That's where the money's coming from. So, you know what, Archie, bye. Go find another team because you're not in the mix here at URI anymore.
No.
I want Mike to put on his educator's cap for a moment. The real job. Is it time for the NCAA to basically fish or cut bait? Is it time for them to say, listen, if you're going to play college basketball, college baseball, whatever, football, you need to be a student first. You need to obligate yourself to your studies.
If you do that, you flipped it since the NCAA came into existence. Don't forget, Notre Dame back in the 40s won national championships on the back of all those guys coming back from World War II in the GI Bill. Those guys were men who went to war, came back to go to college and play football. This has been going on for a long time. Like that whole pure student, image.
Why is the situation different in baseball? Why can a Rocco Baldelli leave Bishop Hendricken, sign a major league contract, not have to worry about his education, and go out and play minor league ball, go through the system, and become a major league ball player?
I don't know. I think part of those contracts when those
But you
kids
catch
sign
what
that,
I'm saying.
Yeah, but part of that is the deal they make is that the organization will pay for that student to go back to college.
Exactly.
So they're getting their
Same thing happened to
full
Brian
ride.
D'Amato. Same thing happened to Kenny Giard. Same thing happened to John Lombardi.
Yeah.
And the number of Brendan Pico, Manny De Silva, who ended up going into minor league baseball, then came out, went to North Carolina, has got a great career now and lives in Bristol.
Yeah.
That scenario plays out in baseball. Why can't it play out in basketball?
I'm not
Is
sure.
is it because of the AAU thing?
It's happening because who was the guy that just got drafted in the NBA, but yet now he's playing? He went back and he was playing like G League NBA, then came back to college and they approved it. This is kind of the conversation that of last week, where guys like Calipari flipped their lid, or Tom Izzo flipped his lid over that athlete. NBA
being allowed to come back
and play in college. I want to say he's from Baylor. Yeah, so it's starting. Basketball is doing it. he's that young man just set precedent on that.
Boots, you and I saw a very interesting basketball game last night.
Oh, God. 2 hours of my life I can't get back.
Nonetheless,
I felt bad.
Jimmy Messi has got a pretty good team over.
Got a great team, but I felt bad for Tollgate. They got shellacked. These poor girls, I really did. But Jamie Messi has got a fantastic team, and I don't know.
Poor Tollgate.
I do.
Really, poor Warwick is a good.
The whole, yeah.
Because Pilgrim is in the same boat. I saw Pilgrim play a couple of times now this year. My former neighbor is a freshman and plays at Pilgrim, and I think Boots and I saw them. They're just Is it time for the Warwick schools to consider a merger?
I think that's a conversation on everyone's lips in Warwick. No one else but Warwick. But a big hurdle of that is it's always been the Coesit side of Warwick versus the Connecticut side of Warwick not wanting to have pull those two schools together.
But it
That's
worked
a
in
big
Pawtucket.
challenge.
It's working in Pawtucket
because it's all the same. Back in the day, Tolman was very different than Shea. Even when I was coaching, different student athletes. Now it's all pretty much the same type of urban area. There's no really different. It's not differentiated. Like the Blackstone Valley, the river doesn't separate it as much as it used to.
Post Road Divide over there in Warwick.
And that's what it is. It is. They don't want to rub elbows. They don't want to combine.
So Tollgate softball team will be combining with West Warwick this year.
So, yes. So that's that
news
happened.
to me.
Oh yeah, now
I
you
didn't
know.
know that.
See, I always love educating people, even if we have to educate.
I love educating that guy.
I didn't realize.
So this happened, yeah. So they agreed to a co-op. It's I think, and then what happened was St. Ray's now Division II softball state champs opted to go to Division I. So now if you're West Warwick, well, we were in the States last year. Like this private school is now out, which they should be, up in Division I, which they should be. You can take that any direction you want, because I have my own opinions on that. So they, West Warwick has a feeling like, hey, this might be a shot. But it's going to be weird if we do win. It's kind of like a shared championship. It's not a West Warwick state. It's a co-op state. But you're going to need them. You're going to need Tollgate. You're going to need the other pitcher. You just can't ride Bryce Principe's arm for every game this year. She's going to wear down. She's going to get hit. West Warwick had a ton of seniors graduate. So in like the basketball team, we're not getting a lot of those kids coming up. It's just not there. West Warwick's basketball team is suffering with low numbers. So the softball team is gonna be very similar to that. Tollgate is going to be that infusion of talent, roster depth, and I think we're going to be all right.
Football alignment is out. West Warwick survives the Division I scare.
By the skin of their teeth. By the skin of their teeth. So every year they do a realignment because it was a realignment year. So there's a lot of metrics that determine the outcome of where you place.
Most of them you don't like.
I hate them all. Because it's, figures lie and lie is figure. That's my expression for a long time.
Catchy.
Yeah. And so,
Wow.
So at the end of the day, they had the rankings 1 through 39, if that's on the 40. And I forget the numbers exactly, but West Warwick was ranked 11. So if we decided to go a 12-team Division I, guess what? West Warwick's in division. Congratulations, you're now in 1. But they decided to keep it as it is and go 10, I think 10, 12, 10, 9 or something like that. So West Warwick survives, which is where we're not a Division I team in anything. And it's not a talent thing; it's a number thing.
Johnston was down Division III. Are they up now?
Oof. I want to say.
I didn't want to put you on the spot, by the way.
No, because I don't know all the teams. I really focused on us a lot of times when I'm looking at where West Warwick fits, and then everyone around them, like a South Kingston that moved up. Good for them. Wesley stayed down. They're right. They're 12. So I really concern myself with those things. So
They
I'm not
stayed in
too sure.
Division II?
Yeah, classical Division II. And that's it's so to your point, right? So you're shaking your head because you don't believe this. That's my argument with this formula.
That we had a conversation about last night.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it.
This RPI thing needs to go away.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? The RPI?
what?
The RPI rankings.
Oh,
and-
so I didn't make a lot of friends at a meeting. We had a meeting and we were discussing other things, and then
That'd be a fun thing to stream, wouldn't it?
I'd love to be a fly on the wall at
Well,
these meetings.
It's it's okay, but my opinion was the RPI mucks up the water.
Yep.
Right. I think the schools that don't follow RPI, or at least stay in state and play in state games, it's a very easy to figure out where your rank is. Where you and really it's really at those levels. It's really Division II, Division III. It's all about home field advantage. Kind of that's where the RPI might tweak it, right? But it was really meant for Division I. It was really meant for the Hendrickens and LaSalle's because people get tired of playing them every year. You're in our conference. It's unfair. The whole thing we hear, out of 19 state championships, I don't know what percent was won. It was either Hendricken and LaSalle in it. So people complain. And so RPI, we said, all right, you're going to play an out-of-state schedule. Go out of the state, play, knock yourself out, and then we'll adjust your out-of-state opponents, and then we'll plug you into the RPI. It was we'll help you out this way. It's really, it doesn't make sense. It's unnecessary. We're Rhode Island. You play Rhode Island schedule, similar schedule. That's what I feel. And then at one point, I suggested, why don't we just have a non-public school championship then? Instead of this tiered, just take them out. Because if you're going to say year in and year out, it's Hendrick and LaSalle, just let's give you what everyone wants. You play a non-public state championship. Like other states do that. There you go. And then have a public school state championship. You're still having two anyways. But this one is kind of what everyone wants.
From Mr. J's Savannah Cigar Lounge in this Nick Hill and Coventry, this is Kent County Sports Talk on 321 Media. Johnny Boots, Mike Green, myself. Do you want to break one more time, Boots, and then we'll wrap it up with
we could do another break.
the week ahead, which is a pretty exciting week ahead too.
Sure.
We'll be back with more in a moment.
Welcome to Dan's Place, Rhode Island's #1 stop for amazing food, drinks, and live entertainment. Dan's Place offers a fantastic selection of unique menu items, including pizzas, pasta, steaks, and seafood. Here's what our customers have to say: a masterpiece on a crust. Watch your favorite New England teams on one of Dan's 4 big screen TVs. Looking for a great place to meet? Try Dan's Place.
I'm Dan.
Since 1974, Bill's Place has been synonymous with good times and great food. Whether it's a family celebration, a post-game meal, or a simple visit for lunch, Bill's Place has served thousands with great pizza and grinders, sandwiches, and specials for nearly 50 years. If you haven't visited Bill's Place in a while, you're quite overdue for the great, consistent taste that's been part of Kent County for so long. Bill's Place, 707 Main Street in West Warwick. Open 11 to 10, Monday through Saturday. For takeout, call 828-2300. Check out the menu at billsplaceri.com.
Hey, it's Johnny Mack, General Manager here at Sandy Motors, family owned since 1988. Come see why Sandy Motors makes car buying wicked easy. Check out our large inventory and get approved to drive home today. Start your deal now at sandymotors.com.
We've told you for years that AJ's Restaurant is Kent County's go-to spot for great breakfast, lunch, and takeout too at 828-4160. And now you'll find more parking, mere steps from the back of the building to AJ's front doors. AJ's, plenty of those world-famous home fries, plenty of parking, and as always, popular for breakfast, popular for lunch. 1365 Main Street, West Warwick.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hi, I'm Greg Dantis, the broker owner at Rhode Island Real Estate Services. And since we opened our doors in 2012, supporting youth and community programs has been at the core of our mission. Selling Rhode Island means more than selling houses. It means supporting communities, putting people over profit. We service all of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and also parts of Connecticut. We're proud to support the communities that support us. You can contact us anytime at 401-885-5400 or visit us on the web, 401sold.com.
The law offices of Murphy and Fay have over 75 years of combined experience in personal injury law, automobile accidents, and DUI cases. Bill Murphy, Mark Fay, and Brandon Horan will give you the personal attention, the experience, the skill, and dedication that your case deserves. It's a winning combination. If you're injured in an auto accident and it's not your fault, call Murphy and Fay. They will make them pay. Call 490-3200 or visit them online at murphyandfay.com.
Visit the West Warwick Civic Center for great family entertainment and special events, from public skating to sporting events and trade shows, and there's much, much more all year round. Visit us frequently on Facebook or on the town's website at westwarwickri.org. And for more information about facility rentals, call 822-9200. See you soon at the West Warwick Civic Center.
The law offices of Murphy and Fay have over 75 years of combined experience in personal injury law, automobile accidents, and DUI cases. Bill Murphy, Mark Fay, and Brandon Horan will give you the personal attention, the experience, the skill, and dedication that your case deserves. It's a winning combination. If you're injured in an auto accident and it's not your fault, call Murphy and Fay. They will make them pay. Call 490-3200 or visit them online at murphyandfay.com.
Hello. You're up. I was about to,
You know what?
it was a good story.
It's like two old grandmas talking. We're back, guys.
Yes, I hear you.
We're back.
Yeah.
Just keep...
Well, I was more engrossed in your side conversation, so I figured we have.
You can't multitask.
No, I can't.
Jesus.
We're back.
Welcome back to Mr. J's Savannah Cigar Lounge.
You all set now?
Yeah.
Feel better?
Very much
Oh,
so.
good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your concern.
I am.
I
Always
appreciate
concerned.
it.
Always concerned.
I love this. Great cigar. Mr. G's. Great place to be.
You know, the thing is,
Yeah.
just the atmosphere is, it's so comfortable in here.
You know, Ben Barber, before we went on the air, I told you guys he was in the program. We were talking. He could see what you guys were saying. He goes, wow, what a great vibe. What a great background. I love it. He goes, it's just such a welcoming talk show arena.
Well, you know why? Because when you come to a cigar bar. What do? You talk, you BS, you talk about sports, you talk about a lot of things. So it's really kind of a natural kind of place to have this type of, show. Sometimes you're not really in a restaurant, great, but you don't really.
I got a
Can't
lot
smoke
of
a cigar.
ideas for Mr. J's. I'm looking at this being our hub for election results.
All kinds
Yeah.
of things.
Well, that'd be great, but we just gotta make sure we don't get everyone mad when we come in early and
Take up seats.
take
Good
up
point.
seats, ask people to jump through hoops. If we have a small footprint, we'll be all right.
Yeah, but sports being what it is, it's a natural. That place, this place.
Sure thing. Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. It's fun.
So the week ahead, not only tomorrow night's Patriots game, 8:00 start time. It's going to be big over here, I'll tell you.
I'm working.
Monday Night Boots, you and I have a dandy.
Oh,
I've been waiting for this one for a couple of weeks now.
I can't wait.
West Warwick and Coventry, Art Flory Gym, right down the street from Mr. J's. It's going to be super. Braden Martin coming off a 43-point game for Coventry. The Wizards coming off their heartbreak loss, very similar to the Providence College loss to UConn against East Greenwich. But a couple of matchups that, Boots, I want you and I to talk about a little
What's
bit.
that?
Braden Martin versus Mike Andrewchow, first of all.
Oh, that's going to be a great one.
Mike Andrewchow plays with testicular fortitude beyond a high school student.
Much like his brother.
Oh, very much
right?
so.
Tough kids.
Very
Tough
much
kids.
so. Braden Martin has got suave. He's just debonair on the court. He's got the moves. He's got the cachet.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Andrewchow has the lunch pail.
Right.
That is going to be a fascinating matchup. And I'm sure that Rich Pendola and Greg Kordick are pointing to that matchup as the key.
Well,
But there's also the underlying one down low. Before I talk to you
Go
about
ahead.
Andrewchow and,
Yep.
and Martin, Colin Kelly, Elliot Shockley in the middle.
No, that's going to be big. That's going to
Let's
be big.
chat. What do you think?
Shockley's got the body. I think Shockley's built. Quinn, he's got he's slender. I don't know. He's got the height though, but I think Shockley's got the brawn. If you agree.
Do you agree with me that the Martin Andrewchow thing is? See you, Paul Duquette. So now we're down to one member of the class of '73 for now.
Unbelievable.
But that
Okay.
Andrewchow Martin thing,
Oh, the Andrewchow Martin thing is
delicious.
That's going to be huge. That's going to be great to watch. You know what's funny is the other night we were doing our game, not last night, obviously a Wednesday night, and hey, Rich Pendola was watching. He was texting me. He was watching our game, scouting West Warwick. You know, trying to find out what's going on, and he had to see something. I haven't seen him since then, so I kind of hopefully I'll see him tomorrow or Monday at work.
we got to get him to take Saturday off and get over here.
He never takes a day off unless he's coaching. So, but no, I just think I'm looking. I'm anticipating a great matchup with Andrew Chow, and I'm just wondering who's going to win that Quinn Shockley matchup underneath the boards. That's going to be an interesting one. What is my adage? Keep the ball above your head. And if Quinn can do that, if he gets an offensive rebound, do not put the ball on the floor. Just put it back up. He'll beat Shockley every single time.
And of
Shockley
course,
does not have the height.
the fact that the Wizards are going to be having people back from the flu bug that went through.
Fingers crossed.
True.
Fingers crossed.
If you're Greg Kordick, your fingers are crossed.
And he's not letting it out either, I'm sure.
Oh, no.
You know
not
what I'm
at all.
saying? So I don't know where's.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who they are because I didn't see a big change in school. Just in the school, not.
Well, Kelly was one day
Holland.
out.
Yeah,
he
he's
had it for a
back,
week
yeah.
and came back and then tried to play.
I can't remember the player's name, but Wednesday night, Kordick had put somebody back in, one of his starters back in, and he's standing at the scorer's table. And Kordick says he looked over and the kid was shivering because he had a fever. He goes, "You're not going in. Sit down." I'm not sure who the player was. I can't remember.
I really want to say, I see Greg every morning. We have a morning duty together. We kind of kibitz a little bit. Loves his team because the personalities on the team are. It's helpful. It's good. It's less
Chemistry
stressful.
counts.
Great chemistry. Much like football, there was a chemistry thing this year. Kids kind of generally really liked each other. you have some football players now. Luke Gallo.
Oh, the
Luke Gallo.
kid's an
He's
athlete.
Offensive lineman, defensive lineman of the year in Division II. Well deserved. He's playing basketball. He's going to get you
And enjoying it. I talked
Yeah.
to Luke before the game.
Yeah.
Luke and I were talking,
yeah.
enjoying it to the hilt.
Sure.
Mike Gallo,
Mike Gallo.
enjoying it to the hilt.
Yep. Really good. And that's what you need. You need those guys who are very team-focused guys who are willing to play the tough physical part of basketball to play. Some of the success from the Hendrickens teams with Jamal Gomes, they were football players on that team. And they gave you that level of toughness and competitiveness that, you need sometimes, and I think sometimes those basketball kids who just play basketball, it's really hard to turn on and turn off that competitive switch. Football, get a kid that plays all year, they're always competitive.
Boots and I used the word gassed in those final 4 minutes. They were West Warwick players who were gassed and couldn't come back and challenge East Greenwich over the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
If everybody's healthier, that's not going to happen. It's going to be end-to-end 32 minutes of basketball warfare.
Yeah.
And I'm
Should be a
so
really
looking
good
forward to it. And that's basically where my week stops. Until we get to next weekend, we got
What do we
Narragansett,
got?
West Warwick.
What do we have
Narragansett,
on-
West
what do we have
Warwick
Friday?
on
Friday. What do we have Friday?
on Friday night, Boots?
Friday night, one.
Narragansett, West Warwick boys, I think.
Nope. Yes, you are correct. Sorry. Yes, Narragansett at West Warwick.
And then hopefully round 2 of the NFL playoffs, and hopefully the Patriots knock on wooden glass on the table here at Mr. J's. That's going to happen.
Okay. I'm with you. Me too. I know I started the show thinking you might not think I'm a Patriot fan. I enjoy them. I just can't annoy them yet. That's all.
Final thoughts, Boots?
Final thoughts. Patriots.
We're done?
Yeah, we're done. Sorry.
I gotta
Patriots.
smoke.
You
Can't
can.
bring this in the car.
Well, you can smoke it while I pack up.
I feel guilty watching you pack.
No, that's all right.
I don't.
Don't.
I know you
was gonna
don't.
say
I
Brent,
do. I'm
doesn't.
like, look
he
at
just. You know what? After a basketball game,
He's gone.
well, it takes him like 6 minutes to get up now, off the bench or off the chair because he can't get up. So
Well, football
I'm
games,
literally and I'm literally out the door by then. But normally, if he can get himself up and the creaks and cracks, he's out the door. He's
Barbara and I were the last ones out of that building.
you couldn't
last
get
night.
up off the damn bench. Took you 8 minutes.
They have those seats now that are recliners that actually.
Those are beautiful.
My mother-in-law has one. I want to juice it up, put some nitrous in there, so it
8
launches her.
That's nice. 8 minutes it took him to get off the bench. And that's with 10 minutes of me packing up. So we're talking 18 minutes.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. But normally he's out the door. Is West Warwick?
Football games. He was eating his turkey and we were still packing.
I think
up
so.
that day.
And then the other night at West Warwick, he was out the door. He's got those nice cushy seats that
Oh,
Jimmy
that's
gave
class.
us.
That's class.
Jimmy gave us. He was out the door. I was still packing up, talking to Justin, the custodian, and Brenty's gone.
Jimmy's doing a great job.
He's the Al Michaels. He's our Al
Yes, he
Michaels.
is.
He's our
He
Al
is.
Michaels.
Wherever he goes.
I learned
Ego.
from the best.
He's the eagle.
Jimmy's great.
I learned from the best.
You got the ego, right there. We
We
got
need
we
that.
got the voice on 3, 2, 1. Now we have the ego.
There you go.
We got the coach, the voice, and the ego.
It all works very well, like the Celtics.
Yes.
You don't need a Jason Tatum. We have enough.
The gears are
Chemistry.
congruous.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
my
chemistry
God.
thing.
Patriots 24. What do you call it?
Whoever
21.
they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. 21.
38, 31, 28.
24,
31-23.
24, 21.
Dicker the kicker gets 4 field goals.
Yeah.
Actually, 31-26, that would be.
The Chargers.
2
They're playing the
touchdowns.
Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
I think the long haul across the country and with the cold, wintry mix that's going to be anticipated for the game on Sunday, that's going to be a factor against the Chargers. And I still think that's why the Patriots are going to win. 24-21 Patriots, factoring in the weather.
I've been
Chargers.
terrible with prognosticating games. I've been horrible. I thought Ohio State was going to crush Miami, and I was so wrong. So I've been wrong every step of the way. So I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at this.
So what did you say? Patriots?
Yeah, I just forget the score. Yeah, they'll win.
Okay, great.
So, we never get to talk about Indiana. Indiana, Miami coming up down the
That's
road.
not. We got enough time for that. It's the 19th.
Just very quickly. Indiana could beat the Jets. Indiana could beat the Giants. Indiana could beat a lot of teams in the NFL, that is a super college football team.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Is that's hyperbole. You got they're really good, but they're playing with 6-year guys. These are men who could be in the NFL right now.
Exactly.
Playing.
I said that earlier.
But Miami is too. I want to see. I think Indiana, they're a good football team. I think that Mendoza's a really good college quarterback. Don't know how that's going to translate in the NFL. It's going to be terrible if that poor kid goes to Las Vegas, because that's where careers go to die. So
You've seen the memes, haven't you?
No,
I
no,
have.
I know, but that's where they go to die. So I think if you're the Raiders, you trade that pick for a ton of capital, draft capital. You trade that pick and get a lot more, because one kid is not going to flip your season around at all.
We can talk more about that next week too.
So that does it for edition number 2. Our thanks to Paul and Tom Joyle here at Mr. J's. This has been absolutely super. Hope we can do it again.
If I can
very,
smoke a
very
cigar
soon.
on these things, this is great.
Yeah. Well, Paul, if you're watching, you keep us. You know you got one guaranteed cigar sold.
Yeah, I'm
Before
definitely going to
David
buy it.
starts.
No, I think they didn't give this to us. I thought this was on the house because we're doing nothing. Oh, no, I wouldn't have got a good one. I would have got
Those that have the money are the first to complain. You know it? Boy, oh boy. For Coach Mike Green, for Johnny Boots, and John Parenti, thank you for being with us on Kent County Sports Talk on 321.